Rico.
Hello.
Well, hello. How are you today?
I am good. I'm just back from the zoo today. We went off. We took the kiddos to the zoo, pet some kangaroos.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I was actually just thinking the other day too that in a couple of months I will be making you go with me to the Taronga Zoo.
I'm
Like,
so excited. I love Taronga Zoo in
I,
Sydney.
I just can't
We're
wait
not
because
saying Toronto, by the way.
yeah,
My mom got
Taronga. Toronto,
that.
yeah, Taronga. But yeah, because it's that TV show that we see here in New Zealand and Australia, but also the fact that you know so much about animals. I'm so excited because I'm going to be hanging on to you like one of your children, probably like, oh my gosh, tell me about that one. Look at
My
this
children don't
one.
care as much about the animal fun facts, so I'll be excited to have someone who wants to know them.
I love it. I love it. And I can't wait. Like the countdown is on for coming.
Yes.
We're going to be in, for anybody who's listening or watching on YouTube, if you're in Australia and thinking of going to the Romance Writers of Australia conference, that'll be in Sydney this August. AK and I are going to be there. And I think it's the Sunday of the
Yeah.
conference weekend. It's the 10th, 11th, and 12th, I think. But that Sunday is when we have our session. But there's some other, Steph Green from New Zealand is there, who's an amazing independent author who is just like kicking ass. And Becca Syme.
Yes,
You're
I'm
gonna be there.
excited. Yes.
So many fabulous people that are over
Yeah.
there.
I'm
It'll
very much looking forward to it.
be so good. But I guess
Yeah.
this month for us, Unsustainable
It's
Social,
all about engagement.
I am so like last month, mental health is a lot of fun to be taken care of, I think, to refill our cup. But
Mhm.
whenever you and I sit down and talk about engagement tips and tricks, I walk away from every conversation energetic because I
I
just we
do. Yes.
feed into each other. But it's fun talking about what you can do to keep people like on your account coming back to your channel as it is, or just followers that are going to be friends and readers to bring them on the journey.
Yes. April is all about engagement. And today we're talking about how to keep people watching till the end of your videos. So this applies to TikTok, Reels, shorts, wherever you're posting. Now every platform pretty much has short video content.
Yeah,
Uh,
Pinterest,
and
YouTube, all of them, don't they?
the name of the game with all of them is to keep people watching to the end. If people finish watching the video, it gets pushed out to more people who then can watch it. So you want people to stick around to the end. If they start scrolling after halfway through the video, that video is not going to do as well as if people watch to the end. So we're going to talk about some strategies that people use, including us, to get people watching to the end.
To keep them on there. And whenever I think about this, I think about a not BookTok video, but one of my first TikTok videos that really got me, and it was a chicken. And it was like just a chicken, and somebody had set up a camera in an alley, and they'd gotten their chicken to run this way, like to the left. And then and so it's like running out from one wall in front of you, and then it disappears behind the wall. And then all of a sudden you hear its feet again, you see the chicken go back. And you just keep watching because you're waiting to see like if the chicken's going to do something.
Yeah.
But then it's like literally at 90 seconds, I was like, there's nothing going to happen.
I'm
I'm like,
still watching this
I'm
chicken just go back and forth. And it's
satisfied.
mesmerizing, isn't it?
Yes, completely satisfied. What? Because it was the sound, like there was some ASMR,
Yes. Yeah.
like
I
that.
mean, that's such a thing. If the sound is satisfying, the little tippity tap of the feet, like
Yeah.
you'll just watch it for ages. Or if there's music that's like it
Yeah.
sounds like something's
Like it's
coming,
building to
you
that
know,
crescendo. You're going to be like,
music is so powerful with that, because you're like, something good is about to happen. Or, sometimes you see people just going, just wait for it,
Yeah. Yes.
which is
Wait.
brilliant because
Yeah.
that's exactly what we all want people to do is like, just wait. It's
Yeah.
coming,
Yeah.
like wait for this. Oh, wait till the end. I've lost my words. I've gotten too excited about engagement. Look at me.
But yet
Um,
you had me on the edge of my seat. I was like, and yes,
wait for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
But
coming,
as
guys.
soon as now that I've said this, you will see this everywhere. Watch all these videos that end up on your For You page on TikTok, for example. Like they're all just like, wait till the end, or wait
Yeah,
for it.
wait
Oh,
for
this
it.
thing, you gotta watch till the end to see this payoff. Or it's a story that has like an epic hook of like
Yes.
that time I was almost eaten by a lion.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so they're starting to talk about like going grocery shopping and all of these, and you're like, what? I would just get to the lion part. But because they told you right at the first second of the video
This is
that
what
this
you're
is what's
getting.
coming,
Yeah, that's what it is.
everybody's hanging on till the very end to get to that part. So it's like a very powerful tactic to keep people hanging around, is either tell them up front what you're going to give them
Yeah.
at the end, or do the like, you've got to see the ending of this. Like, can you believe this? You've got to watch this,
Yeah. Even putting
or
them
have you seen
in.
this?
Yeah.
That's a good
Imagine
one.
this is another one that I've seen when somebody gets you in, like if they're telling a story or you just have like a voice, you've got that like, imagine this, like put yourself in
Mm,
these shoes, like putting yourself in that moment with them or bringing somebody in comes back to that. They're in on the joke with you. So they're in on whatever is happening behind the scenes with this. You want to bring people into your little world and get them to
yes.
understand.
Those are all like very powerful hooks. Like you'll notice the first 2 seconds of most videos are something that is like, did you know? Have you seen this?
Yep.
Did you? I almost got eaten by a tiger. Like just wait till the end. Like it's worth it. I promise. Like all of those, and it's very effective because people are like, I want to know I want to know what happens. It's such a good kind of like way to just intrigue people enough to keep them sticking around. So
And
that's one really powerful way,
yeah,
especially if it's a longer video, like a story.
definitely the story. Like you're almost giving them that headline up front. So excuse
Mhm.
any sounds in here. George is in. I've got George Clooney with me.
Puppy.
He's,
Um,
but yeah, I think having that, oh gosh, I just like lost all thought because I started thinking about George. I'll let you carry on.
well, I was gonna say that like another way to keep people watching till the end is by using trending sounds
Yes,
or trending audio, because people know when it
that
ends.
something
Like,
is coming.
the do you feel bonita? That one
Exactly.
that was going around. Like
Yes,
everybody will watch all of those because they know how long it is, they know what will end it, and they want to see what your take on that trend is. So
exactly. Yes.
you don't have to have like a killer hook to keep people around because the sound itself is the hook, you
Yep.
know?
And I think like using like definitely the trending sounds, like asking a question, telling people up front, you've got trending sounds. And again, like trending sounds is such a good one because of every reason you said, people will hang in there when they know
Mhm.
what's coming, what that joke is going to be, because they want to see what you're doing. I
Yes.
also think too that when you go in and you ask questions, and this is like specific for authors, like going, I love using the engagement to come in and to go, okay, I'm trying to decide between the names Riley or Lucy. And I did that with
Yeah.
the last book and said, you guys help me. And I love the fact that I don't know which one of us that was, but that was loud. Something's happening.
Welcome to our lives.
Yes. But asking questions like that where you can get feedback, because I always find when I do that and ask what someone thinks, I was coming from an honest place too. I was using this name Riley, but then Lucy jumped in. So I went, I'm just going to let TikTok decide for me because I can't think at this point. I just want to write. They'll choose the name. But the
Yeah.
feedback I got on why they wanted the name they wanted, and also spellings, really helped me to
Ooh.
go like, oh, this is a great, like another wonderful research tool for an author to use, like to keep in their hip pocket of use it for engagement, but you can use it for your planning for your books. It's like when you ask people about tropes, you're
Mhm.
able to find out what readers, what the language is they're using around tropes right now, or what's popular in a name, etc., why they might hate a name. You've had a
Yeah.
great video, AK, I think, talking about people like, who's a character, what's the name?
Yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah, like what is like an immediate like turn off name?
Mhm.
Like what's a character that you're like immediately know that you never want to a love interest to be named after or something like that. But those are really good for, there's two ways that I see people successfully doing those questions. Either they do the question right up front or it's over their head. Like you don't start explaining yourself about why you need this
Yeah.
answer before you ask the question. Like put it right at the very front. The first second is like, Riley or Lucy?
Yep.
What do you think? And then go into all of the things. Because I see a lot of people who struggle are thinking that people are going to stick around till the fifth, sixth, seventh second for
Right.
you to ask that question, and it's already too late. They're already
And
gone
they're
by
not.
then.
Yeah.
Or if you do want to wait to ask the question, start with like, I need your help. Like,
Yep.
BookTok, I need your help.
Coming in with
See
your
those videos
energy,
all the
like
time.
if energy levels are 10, you want to come in at a 14 in
Yeah.
front of that camera. And this is like, it's that acting 101 thing, like come in like the scene is already happening. So
Yes.
this is where if you're filming you guys and you're trying to get your post together, I would put my camera up and I would take a few minutes, and this, like, I think about improv, like you just kind of sit there, think about what the tone is. You got to get your energy up, get that golden retriever or whatever it is that matches who you are. Golden retrievers,
Yeah.
us. Get the countdown timer going, 3, 2, 1, and already be moving. So when that camera comes
100%.
on, you're moving and you're ready to talk and you're
Mhm.
bringing people into that moment. And it's just something about that. You think about TV shows or movies, you get pulled into the action right away. And it kind of sets the tone for the journey. So people are like, okay, what's going to happen right now? I'm going to stay with you.
1,000,000%. That's such a good way to buy you a little bit of time too, is moving into the, like, if you're like sitting down as you're asking the question, or you're
Yeah.
like walking and then you see the thing,
Yeah.
that will keep people hanging on a little longer if you're moving. Because a lot of times you'll see videos where the first second, or just even less, like, is the person like kind of looking at their
Yeah.
camera, and
They've
then
just
it
hit
starts,
record and they're
because
sitting
they've
back.
just pressed yeah,
Yeah.
they've just pressed record and they haven't edited that first second out, and like, you're already gone. You're already gone by then. If they're taking a breath before they say the first word, like, you
Yeah.
almost want the first. Quite often I have to write in the captions the first word, because it's already gone. I've already said it before it starts recording.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
believe, and it just says you believe because it came in halfway,
Yeah.
through the
Yeah.
first word.
Yeah, no, it is like definitely like having people, it's getting them in on it. So it's like with your words and with your actions, you want to bring people in on the action, in on the
Yeah.
secret, in on the joke, in on all of it, because it comes down to that. It's social. You are on social media. So it's like
Mhm. And
you're
keeping it
into a TV
happening right
channel.
to the end. That's actually a great way to keep people watching to the end too, is if you see this happen a lot with makeup tutorials, or not makeup
Mhm.
tutorials, get ready with me's,
Yeah.
where they're
Yeah.
telling a story about like this crazy thing that happened to them, but each like 5 seconds, there's another layer of makeup that's going on.
Yeah.
And everybody's just sticking around to see what the final makeup look is. Like,
Yeah.
you're listening to the story, but that's kind of like a secondary thing to you want to see what the end result is. Like, I've already invested watching you put on 3 layers of
Yeah.
like, do the eyes and the contour and whatever. So I want to see what the final look is, which is it's so brilliant, because you're
Really is.
already telling an engaging story, and then you're doing that layer on top so people visually have something that keeps them hooked. But you don't have to do it with makeup. You could be doing it with, like, you're building something, right? Or
Yeah.
you're like cooking, or you're whatever, and then you show the final product at the end of it. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like you're doing a process of something while you're talking. That is a great way to get people watching to the end, because they want to see the final result, but you need to show them the final result. If you don't, that is not on good form. If they're hanging on, you gotta give it to them at the end.
Yeah. Always, always, you got to make sure they get their own happily ever after with your
Yeah, yeah, that's a good
make it
way of putting
satisfy.
it.
Yeah. We've got to deliver. We got to deliver what we're promising.
And then I would say the kind of advanced TikTok way of keeping people sticking around to the end is like either ending it halfway through a sentence, like, that's kind of a cheeky one where people, like, quite often you'll see the last word, just like the first word, kind of cut off halfway.
Yeah.
So it's like they're saying the last word as the video ends. So people are sticking around for the last word and it gets like half cut. So there's no pause and like turning the video off, right?
Yeah.
It's there's not even a breath before it ends, so that people will loop right back to the beginning. So that's one. And also the like loop videos of like sounds or images
Yeah.
or graphics that kind
Yeah.
of, you never know when they're
Where the
when they
ending
end.
and beginning, if you can
Yeah.
get that right
They're like
length of
5 second.
sound, oh, it can be epic when you find the right one, that right little bit. And also, I'm talking to the people specifically that like to write their hooks about their books. When you've got a scene sitting there, that's when since you're not in it, but you are adding in the text to do for your hooks and your book description, then make sure that that scene is something that's going to be mesmerizing. So with a candle or a
Mhm.
fireplace, or there's activity or a beach or a sunset, like something, find something a little bit mesmerizing that gives some flow and some peace. But then you've got your copy. Actually, let's go to the music. Find that bit of music. Try to get it to 7 to 9 seconds if you can, because that's a good short amount of time. And you want to
Mhm.
find that like I think about Taylor Swift. She's got a lot of stuff. If you find it just right, you can loop and loop and loop, or something ends and then picks
Oh,
up again.
yes. If the chorus ends right as the song and it starts over and you just never know when it ends.
Exactly. Like you
And
just
also
get
the
stuck in
words
it.
tend to be like more than you can read in 7 seconds. So you end up watching
Exactly.
it twice to read the whole thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
and make
brilliant.
sure and play with it. Like like if you are doing that style of video for engagement and to get word out about your books, also know that that is a great one to keep tweaking and playing with. Get it up so you're not happy with the engagement you got on that, or your views, or whatever you're looking at and you go, I'm not happy with this. Okay, great. Take what you've got, build on it, make it better. So
Mhm.
go look at it. Can you tighten up the copy? Can you get some
Mhm.
whittle down that sound just a little bit more? What can you do with it? Like, can you have the copy popping up on the beat a little better? And trust me, by the time you do that a couple times, play with the different hashtags as well. You're going to find you'll probably get into a rhythm with it that you'll start knocking it out of the park. But
That's such a good one too, the words popping up on the beat. Like people, it's the same with ASMR. It's just inherently satisfying to
satisfying.
watch words. It could just be like, I need to go cook dinner, and you'd just be like, oh, cool, that was great. I'm gonna watch
Oh
that 3
yeah.
more times because it was just really satisfying to watch.
When somebody really nails something like that, where it's just like it's all on the beat perfectly. Because I know whenever I've had a post that I see that I actually managed to get everything to nail like on the beat, like on the first time, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied for days at that point. Like I'm walking away.
Yeah. If you keep watching it over and over, because it's just like, oh, this is good. Like the rhythms and the beats are just on it, or a really,
So
really
good.
good transition, a really tight transition.
Yes.
People love that, and it gets pushed out so much, and it's the same as ASMR. It's just it feels good to watch, and so it's very satisfying, and people will watch it again and again and again and again. So yeah,
Those are I think we've given you guys some to
that's a lot of
for
different.
sure. That's
Try them.
definitely, that's like play with those. And also, if you have some engagement tricks that have worked for you, or you found something that you stumbled on that's worked with your following and with your readers, let us know. Tell us in the comments about it, or send us a note. We'd love to hear.
Yes.
Aw,
All right. Well, we
that's
will see
it.
you next week for more engagement.
Yes, we will. Thank you, everybody. Thanks.